Bracket number two. Inman put this together off of the heels of Inman Connect Las Vegas. They had a whole bunch of people together and, obviously CEOs and all kinds of real estate professionals. And so they put together what they're calling the industry blueprint for a changing market. It's really a compilation of a whole bunch of advice and tidbits broken up into three different categories from industry leaders: prop tech, agents, and brokers. We're going to highlight two of these from each category and say if we think they are a racket or not. All right.
Okay.
Off of the Inman, let's line this up here. They say real estate is at a crossroads right now. Agree or disagree, Nicole?
Agree.
Crossroads.
Agree.
Though the last 2 years proved to be very good for many industry veterans, the market has quickly shifted over the course of 2022. Homes are sitting on the market longer. Yes or no?
Ish.
Hit the thumbs up button if they're sitting on the market longer in your market.
Longer-ish.
Mortgage rates are up.
Yes.
Yes, there you go.
Yes.
You've passed. You've gotten that one correct. And it's entirely unclear what the future holds. I don't know. I don't know if it's entirely unclear what the future holds, but I gotcha. You can't exactly predict that, so I'm with you on that. In that light, Inman recently convened a gathering of top industry leaders during ICLV, which we just mentioned. During the meeting, the leaders were asked to share their best advice for other members of the industry. The tips they shared ranged from how to lead well to advice on what consumers actually want. All right, so here's the blueprint. Let's start with Sean Black, the CEO of Knock in the prop tech section. He was a founder of Trulia back in the day before they sold to Zillow. I love Sean Black. We actually did a pod with him. You can, if you're not subscribed to Broke Agent Media, make sure you are on YouTube, and that podcast is on there with Sean. Sean says, there's clearly an opportunity to make the transaction more efficient for everyone. There's an opportunity for the real estate transaction to be more efficient for everyone, consumers and agents. I added that part in, that you could double the number of transactions. You could double the number of transactions. I'm talking about a Cold War right now as we sit here. Sean's vision for the future is that we could have double up on 6 million transactions. We could have an annual year where we have 12 million transactions, Nicole. Half all of the fees, and you can automate all the work and keep the level of professionalism the same. What I'll say about Sean is an advocate for real estate agents. He does believe, though, that if you take out a lot of the work that agents administratively find themselves doing, the fees could come down. This is what he's saying with the right prop tech, property technology. That's what that means. With the right prop tech, you could do twice as many sales. Maybe it's for less money, but you would spend the same amount of time, the same level of professionalism on 2x amount of sales. Do you think that tech can get agents to that place, racket or no?
Well, it sounds like you'd have to double up on the transactions in order to make the same amount of money then, right?
That's what he's saying, but he's saying you could double the number of transactions.
I know, but your money would still be the same.
Money would be the same.
Money would be the same.
Maybe you could triple. Could you triple? Hit a triple?
If you want.
I like singles and doubles. So do you see a world in the future where this is possible, or do you think it's a racket? In the comments, what do you think? Do you think Sean's talking racket talk? Do you think prop tech can change the game? Nicole, what do you think?
He's saying that the professionalism would still be the same. I still think people like their people. I think people like to be around people and like people to help people, and they like to have a face to the people. I'm calling this a little bit of a racket.
All right. I'm not calling it a racket because I do think that the transaction process is going to have a lot more automation in our future. And if you listen to guys like Sean and certainly the execs at Zillow, and I know, I'm saying a lot of curse words right now, but there's a lot of ways that you can start, and that will happen. The agents will not necessarily be writing contracts in the future. Buyers will be signing their own contracts and submitting them through an app in the future. That day is coming. That's going to save you agents time. I've listened to so many agents So many agents this year. All I'm doing is writing offers all weekend that aren't getting accepted. Well,
Yeah.
guess what? Technology is going to take that away from you. And are you going to be the agent that complains when that happens? Or are you going to be the agent that adapts to the new changing environment that consumers want and use the technology to your benefit to get more transactions done, to build deeper relationships? Don't complain when offers get taken from you because you're complaining about writing so many of them now. Pick one, agents. I'm not calling a racket on Sean. I never would. Maybe that's because I
Never.
met him and I don't want him to see this.
Well,
And
his name's Black and I'm white, so.
ooh, a little, there you go. There you go. You both have blonde hair though. So there's that. Okay. Staying in prop tech, Austin Allison, co-founder and CEO of Picasso. He founded the company with Spencer Raskoff, former longtime CEO of Zillow. Austin says, in a changing market, resourcefulness is critical. Don't spend money too easily. One of the opportunities in this kind of market is that constraints force one to be resourceful. So he's looking at spending. Okay. He's encouraging agents, brokers, team leaders, new agents, and experienced agents to be resourceful on what they have at their fingertips. Don't go out and spend on the new shiny thing. Maybe if you're considering a new hire, maybe you say, 80,000 or the cost for a Virtue Desk virtual assistant, link below. Maybe you want to be resourceful in that way. There's a lot of ways you can be resourceful, racket or not. Do you agree with Austin Allison?
I 100% agree with him. Yep.
I agree too. This is not a racket. This is absolutely sound advice. Be as resourceful as you can going into somewhat uncertain times. All right, Mark King, president of Keller Williams. We are now in the agents section. We'll link this up in the show notes as we always do if you want to check out this full blueprint. I don't think that this blueprint is behind the Inman paywall, but we'll link it up. Mark King says, if you're willing to go that extra mile, you will triple your business. If you're willing to be committed, do the hard work, have grit. Have you heard that before, Nicole?
I've heard that before.
It's one of our core values. Be committed, do the hard work, have grit. If you're willing to do that, going the extra mile, okay, I'm committed to making, 5 new relationships today. Go the extra mile, make a 6th. I heard a pod. Who the heck was it? They were talking about, it was like maybe a clip or they're like one more. Okay. My mentality is one more. If I'm going to make 5 new relationships today, it's always 6. If I'm going to go to the gym and do 20 reps, it's going to be 21. Everything I do is going to be one more. And when you do that every single day, you go the extra mile, you build a muscle that just cannot be competed with, right? You compound this type of mentality over and over again. So going the extra mile in this market, Nicole, racket or no?
No racket.
No racket. Mark King. Your last name's not Queen, so no conflict there. You did change our password to Queen once, and then I changed it back to King.
You definitely changed it back to King, yes.
That's our Wi-Fi password, by the way, so don't go trying to log into our Instagram or something. Okay.
That's funny.
Staying in the agents, Bernice Ross. She's CEO of realestatecoach.com. She's a big contributor to Inman. There is gold in your database. Double down on being in regular contact. Nicole, you're going to like this, face-to-face with the top 150 people.
Not a racket. I 100% agree. I mean, people should be doing this even in a good market. I mean, this is all, and it's silly that we all have to sort of revisit it and be reminded of it, but it's huge.
You just went to a cocktail hour in a local board in Connecticut.
Yes.
The local board did a cocktail.
Yeah.
And you met, not met, you caught up with old friends. And you also met some new people. I mean, one of them is onboarding right now. A new agent is in the onboarding room that you met that night just a couple of weeks ago. Getting face-to-face is always a good idea. How do you do that? You get out of the weeds of your business.
Yes, you have
I'd refer you to that Virtue Desk link below, going and getting some help, some support to your business. Listen, if you're not all in right now in this market on money making activities, that's your database. That's talking to people. That's putting yourself in position to be face-to-face in the game. This is not hiding behind doing administrative paperwork and busy work and mailers and
Mailers. Yeah.
such. It is not that in this market. It's talking to people in this market that's going to separate you
Yep.
and where you're going to find those golden nuggets in your database.
Yep.
Okay, let's go to the brokers quickly.
Let's do that quickly. Yeah, I mean, you're really talking today.
Mike Del Preti, real estate analyst. Love
Yes.
everything he comes out with from time to time on Inman. He says, I don't need to log into another website and another freaking dashboard to manage the whole transaction. I just wanted to talk to somebody. So this is in the broker section of the blueprint. Yeah, you're going to like this one, Nicole.
Mm-hmm. I like people.
You don't want to log into anything.
I don't log into anything.
You log into the real world every week. Okay, so not a racket there. It's in line with what Bernice was saying, like old school, belly to the dining room table. Get in front of some peeps. And then let's finish it off with our good friend, Brad Inman, the founder of Inman. Who would have thunk?
It's a great character of him.
Yeah, so like if you look at the link here, they did all these little cartoon images of these guys.
Yes.
Brad says, I used to say the real estate ship is slow moving and takes a while to turn around. Historically, for sure, that's the way it's been. But this one feels like everything is in this day and age. But hold on. But this one feels like everything in this day and age,
Yes.
the changes in the market suddenly happened very quickly. Okay. I'm going to call a little bit of a racket on this, Nicole.
Okay. And
the
why?
changes in the sense that, okay, over the last 15 years, Zillow's made, they've done the right thing and made access to listings and everything available to everybody. But we just went through two examples, Mike Del Preti, Bernice Ross, even Mark King, that this is still a relationship business. This is still a talk to more people, build more trust, have more conversations than everybody else. That hasn't changed at all. That's very consistent. The market, if he's talking about the overall market, the changes in it, the last 2 years was a crazy change. We're going into a normal market right now.
Right.
We're going into what we've normally seen, where homes actually stay on the market a little bit longer. So I would have loved to have maybe heard more context to this. So without the context, I'll go a little bit of a racket there.
Okay.
And this blueprint it's a lot of good little tidbits to read
It's a
through.
lot of, I feel like I want to cut it up and turn them into flashcards.
There you go. Cut it up, turn it into flashcards. Hey guys, appreciate you checking out this episode of The Real Word. If you want the full episode, go over to the Broke Agent YouTube. That's where we're hosting the full podcast. If you want to continue to see the segments broken out and the short clips, stay right here on The Real Word YouTube.